Good morning children and welcome to the online teaching session. Students, in the previous video, we have completed genes and chromosome. Now, from today, we'll begin with a new topic called as mutation. Okay, I think so that I have used this word in your chapter number 5 as well as in chapter number 6 also. Now here, we will see this topic in detail. Now see, what is this mutation? The meaning of mutation is sudden change in genetic makeup. Sudden change in genetic makeup. Okay, that is in the composition of a gene, in the constituents of the gene. If there is any change, then that change will lead to the next generation. And this is called as mutation. Okay? We can say that it is a sudden change. All of a sudden it occurs. Now, this mutation was first reported by a scientist, Hugo de Vries. And he observed this mutation in a plant named as evening primrose. The scientific name of the evening primrose is Oenothera lamarckiana. Okay, so Hugo de Vries was the first scientist who coined the term named as mutation, and simply he studied on Oenothera lamarckiana, that is evening primrose, and he saw that there is a sudden change in the genetic makeup of the evening primrose. Okay, now children, a question must come in your mind that how this sudden change occurs in the gene. Okay, there should be something. Because of that, the genes get altered. And that something is called as mutagen. Understood? Mutagen. Now, this mutagen word has come from the two specific words. Number one, muta. And the meaning of muta is mutation. Okay, that is mutation. And gen, the meaning of gen is generating. So, very simple, we can say that mutation generating things are called as the mutagen. So, this is the next point to study, that is mutation generating things are known as mutagen. Okay, now see, what can be this mutagen? Mutagen means mutation generating things, and these mutation generating things, it can be chemical or it may be physical. Okay, now suppose children, if I am saying you that mutagen may be chemical. If it is a chemical, it means it should disturb the chemical balance or the chemical composition of the gene. Okay, and if it is a physical, then physically it may affect your constituent of the gene. Now see, if it is a chemical mutagen, clear? Now we all know that our body contains chromosome. Okay, and what is this chromosome? This chromosome is basically made up of the DNA. Okay, and a piece of DNA contains gene. So, if the DNA is there, that composition of the DNA is nitrogen base. Clear? The chemical composition of the DNA is nitrogen bases. Now see, if there is any chemical which affect your nitrogen base, then that is called as the chemical mutagen. Clear? So let's see. We can say that the mutagen, that is mutation generating things, can be of two types. Number one, it can be chemical. Okay. And number two, it may be physical or radiation. Clear? First we will see about the chemical mutagen. And the first chemical mutagen is base analog. The meaning of base analog is we are talking about nitrogen base of DNA. And we all know that if this is DNA, then a segment of DNA is called as the gene. Clear? So nitrogen bases of DNA. If this nitrogen base of DNA will get affected, then definitely your gene, there will be a sudden change in the gene, and that is called as the mutation. So nitrogen base of the DNA get affected. Now how this nitrogen base will get affected? It will get affected by some chemical, and the chemical is 5-bromo-uracil. Okay, that is also called as 5-BU. Then 5-iodo-uracil. That is also called as 5-RU. Clear? Now, if it is uracil, then that will be replaced by the thymine. Thymine will get affected. Bromo-uracil, thymine will get affected. Now see, this is the first base analog. The second is alkylating agent. And after alkylating agent, one more chemical is there, and that is acridinolylase. Clear? All these are the three types of chemical mutagen which can affect the chemical composition of the gene. Clear? Then we come to the second, and the second is physical or radiation. Clear? Now I am writing here only physical or radiation. It can be of two types. Number one is ionizing radiation. Clear? And number two is non-ionizing radiation. Clear? Now, in case of ionizing radiation, we have four different types of rays. Number one, rays are X-rays. Then second is alpha rays. Then third is beta rays. And fourth is gamma rays. If a body will exposed with these rays, then definitely there may be a sudden change in the genetic makeup, and this will cause the mutation. Then we have some non-ionizing, and the non-ionizing radiation is UV rays. Okay, now we can write down non-ionizing radiation is UV rays. Okay, I am writing it here. This is non-ionizing radiation, and in case of this we have UV rays. So children, these are some chemicals as well as some physical effects. Because of that, the mutation can occur. Okay, chemical mutagens, they will affect your chemical composition, and radiation as well as the physical, that is because of some rays. If there is any change in the genetic makeup, then we can call it as a mutation with the help of radiations. Clear? Now, we will classify the mutation into the two different forms. Okay? Now see, we can classify mutation into two. Number one is chromosomal mutation and the number two is gene mutation. Now see children, mutation means clear. That is, if there is any sudden change in the genetic makeup. Okay, and we all know that chromosomes are the carrier or they are the vehicle of the gene, and they carry this gene from one generation to the other generation. If there is any change in the chromosome, either in the structure of the chromosome or in the number of the chromosome, clear? Then that is called as the chromosomal mutation. Any change, what we can write down? That is, if there is any change in the structure or number of chromosome, then that is called as chromosomal mutation. Now, on the basis of the structure as well as the number, we can say that the chromosomal mutation can be of two types. Number one is morphological mutation, where the structure of the gene, structure of the chromosome gets changed. Okay, then that is called as the morphological mutation. And if there is any change in the number of chromosomes, then that is called as numeric mutation. Okay, so what we have seen right now, that is, if there is any change in the structure as well as the number of chromosome, then that is called as the chromosomal mutation. And now see, if structure is changing, then that is called as the morphological, and if the number of the chromosome is changing, then that is called as the numeric mutation. Clear? Then we will see about the gene mutation, and this is our second classification. So in a very simple language, we can divide our mutation into the two ways. In number one, the chromosome gets changed, and in the second type, the gene, there is an alteration in the gene. And in case of chromosome, if the structure will change, that is called as the morphological, and if the number will change, then that is called as the numeric chromosomes. Okay, now first we will see about the morphological. Clear? Now see, morphological means if there is any change in the structure of the chromosome. Any change, any sudden change in the structure. Now see, what we will start now. Morphological mutation. Okay. Now, the meaning of morphological mutation is if there is any structural change in chromosome. Okay. On this basis, we can say that there are different types of morphological mutation. Number one is deletion. Clear? Now see, the meaning of deletion is if any part of the chromosome gets deleted, then that part will not be visible in the next generation. And then it is called as deletion morphological mutation. Any piece of the chromosome. See example what I mean to say that. Suppose this is the parent chromosome. Clear? And suppose if I am writing it as A, B, C, D. Okay. Now here E, F, G and H. Now suppose children, if this piece of the chromosome gets deleted, then what will be the result? This part will remain same, A, B, C, D, but here we will see E and H. Now F and G has been deleted. Clear? So this is called as deletion. Now this part will not be visible in the next generation, and that's why the next generation may be defective, because the next generation will not carry the same as that of parent. And how it happens? It happens because of the mutagen. Now what are these mutagens? These mutagens are nothing but they are mutation generating things. Okay, maybe because of some chemical, maybe because of some radiation, this piece of the chromosome gets deleted. Then this is called as the deletion. Okay, now see, the next type of morphological mutation is duplication. Okay, now from the name it is 100% clear that if in deletion some piece has been deleted, then in the duplication the piece will get doubled. See, duplication. Now see, what happens in case of duplication? Suppose if this is our normal chromosome, if this is A, B, C and D, this is E, F, G and H. Then what happens in the next generation? Suppose if this part gets repeated. Okay, gets repeated. Then what will happen? This A, B, C, D is same. But here the size of the chromosome will be enlarged and we will get E, F, G and once again E, F, G and H. Now this piece has been added. Okay, this is called as the duplication. Now children, one point to be noted is that it is not compulsory that the new piece should always come just along with the second arm. It may be added either at the end or it may be added in the middle also. Clear? What I mean to say that is we can have this type of E, F, G, then E, F, G and then H. Or we may have E, F, G, H, then E, F and G. So this is the meaning of the duplication, that is a piece of chromosome gets doubled. Okay, now this is again because of the mutagen only, and definitely there will be change in the next generation, and this is the sudden change. Sudden, it appears suddenly, and that's why this is the mutation. Now see, the third type of morphological mutation. And the third type of morphological mutation is inversion. Clear? That is inversion. Now once again from the name it is clear. That is a piece of chromosome will get inverted. See, example is, once again we will take the same parent chromosome A, B, C and D. Okay, E, F, G and H. Now what happens in the inversion? In case of inversion, this piece may come here and this may go to this place. Clear? Now see, what we can draw? We can draw A, B, C, D. Then you just draw F, G, H and E. This is your inverted piece. Okay, now this is called as inversion. Now if there is any change, then this will also cause the mutation. Your genetic makeup will be changed. Clear? Now, next type of morphological mutation is translocation. This is also very much important. the next, that is fourth type, is called as translocation. Now children, till now we were seeing that only one chromosome was getting affected. Only one piece. That is the second arm or any arm of the chromosome was being affected. Now in case of translocation, the homologous pair of chromosomes will get affected. Clear? So we can say that the translocation occurs in the homologous pair of chromosome. It occurs in homologous pair of chromosomes. Clear? Now, suppose I am drawing the homologous pair of chromosome. This is A, B, C and D, E, F, G and H. Now see what happens. Suppose this piece of the gene that is present on the chromosome, if this get affected, what will be the result? Now let me draw the homologous. Now I am labeling it as 1, 2, 3 and 4 so that we can differentiate. 5, 6, 7 and 8. Now see, if this piece will get deleted, clear? Then what will happen? This piece may come and rejoin here. Now the situation will be A, B, C, D. Now here we have G and H. Now see, its homologous pair will be 1, 2, 3, 4, E, F, G, 5, 6, 7 and 8. E, F, G. This is called as translocation. Now here the gene has not been deleted, but it has been transferred to its homologous pair of chromosome, and that's why it is called as translocation, because the gene has been translocated from its original position to its pair of chromosome, to its other pair of the chromosome, and that's why it is called as the translocation. Now this translocation can be modified, and if it will be modified, then that is called as reciprocal translocation. I am writing here only reciprocal translocation. Clear? Now see the meaning of reciprocal translocation. Now see what happens. I am drawing it here. Now, in case of reciprocal, suppose if I draw this as A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, and the another homologous pair will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Okay. Now, in case of normal translocation, what had happened? Only a piece had been deleted from here and it has been added into the new arm, that is into its homologous pair. Now in this case, if it is reciprocal, then this piece will go to this side and this piece will come here. Now see, what will be the result? I am drawing it as A, B, C, D. Okay, then I will draw it with blue so that you can easily differentiate. What is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Now, in case of reciprocal translocation, there will be 5, 6, 7 and 8. And in the next condition, what will be the result? 1, 2, 3, 4 and E, F, G and H. This is known as reciprocal translocation, when the complete arm has been translocated from its position to the different homologous pair of chromosome. Okay students, so this is all about the first type of mutation, that is chromosomal mutation. Okay. And in case of chromosomal mutation, we have seen that if there is any change in the structure of the chromosome, then that is called as the structural or morphological chromosomal mutation. And it can be done with the help of deletion, with the help of duplication, inversion, translocation, and fifth one will be reciprocal translocation. Clear? Now, the next topic will be numeric mutation. Okay, now this topic, numeric mutation, along with the gene mutation, we will discuss in the next part. Thank you.